I got this really when I was doing my research and reading the ancient rabbis, because I didn't make this connection right away, but they did, that Adam is the first priest. Adam, before the fall, he's a fallen priest too, that's important to see. Before the fall, though, he's the archetype of the priesthood. Now, how come? Well, we have to back up first to the very beginning of the Bible and the account of the creation. What do we find now in that gorgeous language? And I think we Catholics are more attuned to this. Let there be light, and there was light. Evening came, morning followed the second day. And then, let the earth come forth, and so on. And evening came and morning followed the third day. Let animals, fill the earth, and creeping, crawling things. And evening came and morning followed the fourth day, etc. What does that sound like? Or as you're imagining it, what does it look like? But a liturgical procession in this orderly, harmonious way, all of creation coming forth from the creative hand of God. Mind you, in almost all the ancient myths, creation is a violent act. There's some kind of clash of the gods. Often it's the severed body parts of the defeated God that make up the world. It's creation through violence. Then there's Genesis, which is creation not through violence, because God has no rival. We speak then philosophically of creatio ex nihilo, right? That means a non-violent, non-confrontational creation. More to it by a great act of speech, not of violence. The world comes forth non-violently in this ordered liturgical procession. Who comes at the end? Well, we know the person who comes at the end of a liturgical procession is the one who will lead the praise. So all the ministers come in. At the end comes the one who will lead the praise, Adam. What's our job? And here's the biblical reading. I think it's absolutely fundamental for the whole Bible. Our job, we human beings, is to lead all of creation in a great chorus of praise. As we give right praise to God, we become rightly ordered, yes, but by extension, the whole world which we lead in praise becomes rightly ordered. Orthodoxy from the very beginning. Notice how wonderful, the famous Sabbath, the seventh day when God rests. Obviously, the omnipotent creator is not, requiring recreation here. What does it mean? It means that resting in the good. So Aquinas says there are two great moves of the will, right? To seek the absent good, some good that I want, I'm going to go after it. We're kind of good at that in America. We're going to run after goods that we don't have. But the second act of the will, Aquinas says, is to rest in the good that we have, to savor and to appreciate the good that we have. That's how you watch a baseball game, right? If you're watching a baseball game and you're eager to get somewhere else, you're not watching the game. You're distracted. The idea at a baseball game is you're going to spend 3 hours. It's a little faster now with the new pitching change, but let's say 2 hours and 45 minutes, and you're contemplating. It's a contemplative game because you're just lost in the beauty of what's going on. It's why you play golf if you're any good at it. I'm not, but if you're any good at it, you're just lost in the game. You're resting in the good. That's why when we say about people who have died, requiescat in pace, I used to think of that as like, may they just take a nap forever in a hammock. Well, how boring that would be. What it means is the second act of the will. Rest. Now that you're in the possession of the good, rest in it, savor it, taste it. Taste and see how good the Lord is. Well, this is the Sabbath. This is the day par excellence of right praise, when we rest in the good that God is. Now, look what happens. Here's the biblical wager. I think it's borne out in experience all the time. When you worship aright, look up now at the rose window, because that's what it's supposed to symbolize. When you worship aright, all the elements in you fall into harmony around that central place. So look at that rose window and think of your mind, your will, your private life, your public life, your passions, your friendships. Think of everything that makes you up. When you're worshiping aright, God's the highest value, all of that tends to fall into harmony. Kierkegaard said that the saint is someone whose life is about one thing. It doesn't mean that, you're just kind of monotonously focused on one thing. It means you're ordered. Your worship is clear. And now everything you do, and the saints that I read about had very busy, active, interesting, often conflictual lives and so on, but everything in them fell into harmony around that central place. More to it, when you're centered that way, you tend to produce peace around you. That's why, saints have halos. The idea there is that, and I've known a few saints in my life, and they are like that. They're luminous. Their inner orderliness radiates out and produces peace. Look at the formula. We sing it or say it every Sunday. Glory to God in the highest. Mind you, this is the angels saying that. Liturgically, how important the angels are. We treat them as little, pious decoration. They're not pious decoration. They're near the heart of the matter. See, but may our voices down here blend with theirs. And what do they say? Holy, holy, holy. They're giving glory to God in the highest. And may our voices join with theirs so that we can find even here below the same harmony they have. Because what are they doing all day? They're worshiping God. May the heavenly order, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven, right? That's what the liturgy is, this place of right praise. But mind you, glory to God in the highest, and on earth, peace to people of good will. When you worship aright, peace tends to break out around you.